Hi, I'm Phoenix from Friends by Phoenix. Um, so I've been watching a lot of crochet videos lately, and I find them very calming. I do them when I'm doing really mundane things. Right now, my one of my dogs is taking an hour and a half to eat because of some stuff. So that's what I've been doing. It's just watching crochet stuff. So I thought I would also crochet while I talk about things. Um, I am in DC. I do crochets. I crochet. Right now, I'm fixing a cloak that I did like months ago, so I'm trying to remember what stitches I did. Um, I do a lot of amigurumi. Um, I can do some certain wearables like accessories, like warmers. The big one right now, and yeah, I'll just link my Etsy shop wherever it goes. But yeah, just seeing how this goes. I thought I would talk about, the state of our country. It is January, way too early. 4th? I don't know. And we have, not we actually. I don't want to put a we in here. Somebody um, kidnapped or captured Maduro, and now Venezuela which was a sovereign country, is no longer a sovereign country because Trump said that we're gonna run it, like Rubio is gonna run it. First of all, what? It's because he speaks Spanish? I don't get it. So now it's like a colony, like Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Apparently, we're just back to the age of imperialism between Putin and Trump and China and Taiwan, which has always been a thing. We're just back in the age of imperialism and dictators. That's always fun, right? And, this one is not even a rouge to be like, hey, Epstein files are over here. Don't look over there. Look this way. Like, it's not even like that anymore. We're just doing things because we want to. I don't know. I felt like the whole address was Trump trying to be Obama when Obama said that we had killed bin Laden. And that's just not, this is not the case. Like, do you remember? That's one of my dogs. Hey. It reminds me of the image of Obama and others in the Situation Room, just hunkering down, completely like, man, I hope this better work, hoping that people don't die along the way. And there had been so much stuff that had gotten just didn't work out, and it was terrifying to be in that room. But Trump and them were at Mar-a-Lago. Like, they weren't even in the Situation Room. They weren't even in the Oval Office. They were not, like, in the White House. They're at Mar-a-Lago with, I don't know, dancers in champagne glasses. I don't know. It's not presidential at all, and he is very much just doing whatever, and just trying to wing it. Also, he kept making fun of like Joe Biden for acting all sleepy. And dude, he was sleepy during an address of like, "Hi, we captured this guy from this other country. Now they should fear me," and he's acting all sleepy. So that's fun. That's a thing. So yeah, almost done with this row. I'm just repairing some of the double stitches. So basically, the hood of the cloak was too big, and I just never got around to fixing it because I'd already like sewn everything together, and this was my first like big wearable piece. I started crocheting about 2 years ago, so this is my first big wearable piece, and I had it sitting here like since the summer, and I'm like trying to like finish my whips, because I'm buying so much yarn, and I'm like, I didn't finish that other project, and I wanted this project, I want to do that project. I do have some stuff in mind, especially because spring is coming around. I do have some really good ideas for that, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to start that soon. I'm waiting for the shipment of yarn to come in, and those would be also available on my Etsy shop. Like everything is available on my Etsy shop. I'm also working on my website, which is taking way longer than I want to, and like I can do it. I have a website for my author page, and I have websites for other things. I've made websites for other things. I've done social media for a bunch of other things, and for myself, I just can't seem to like want to do it. I don't know. Maybe because this one is a much larger undertaking. There's so many like outside links that are happening. There's so many, because the website itself is not going to allow you to buy anything. It'll send you to the Etsy links. That's how I'm gonna set it up, because then I'm using Squarespace. You have to pay extra to have a store on there. So right now it's gonna look like a portfolio, but when you click on it, it sends you to the Etsy page, and everything is made to order on there. So it's all customizable and great and cool. Dope. Alright, now we're at the end of the row. Alright, so we're gonna fold this in half. Dude, if this is not the proper height, I'm very angry. Okay, so we have this hood, and I'm going to take the stitch marker out. Just going to chain one. And I'm going to go through, instead of what do I want to say? Instead of sewing, because I am not great at sewing, like the best I could do is like a whip stitch. I am going to single stitch this along, and hopefully that'll be strong enough to handle a hood. I mean, it's an oversized hood, so it should be able to handle it just fine. I am doing this off of a free pattern that I will also link that below. A lot of it is in a video tutorial, but you can also pay for the written pattern. But I'm pretty sure, I do not think I paid for it. It's basically putting 4 panels together and then adding a hood. And then, you know, a couple accents here and there. But, yeah, it was my first time making something like this. I'm using Heartland yarn, which is one of my favorite yarns. I love Lion Brand. Please sponsor me, Lion Brand. I have a shipment also from Lion Brand waiting that I just bought today, for another project. And I just love Heartland. This is the Cascade, that is going around. It's basically like it's light purple lilac color, very, very beautiful. And this is just this is also, I'm using a 9mm hook. Again, this is something that I'm not quite used to, and I'm trying to remember, you know, how I used it, because I spent forever doing the panels. This took a couple of months, and then when I was like, oh, I need to redo the hood, I was like, not right now, and I kind of never got around to it, and it's been sitting on my chair since then. But okay, so done here. Going to cut this. Where are my scissors? Look, this whole cloak is like, it's also kind of heavy. It is a 4 worsted weight yarn, so it is kind of heavy. Where is my scissors? Did you take my scissors? No, I'm just blaming you for this. I'll just use the cutter. That's fine. Where was I? Here. Looks like got a little messed up, I think. There we go. I'm just gonna do a single on the end. Does that look okay? Yeah, that looks fine. Just to add extra bit of strength there. Okay. So we're gonna weave these in. I hate weaving in the ends, because I don't know, it just makes the project look a little weird to me, but nevertheless, we must weave in the ends. I know, even if you're gonna be like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Yes, I am. I am doing it wrong. There we go. Let me clip this. Yes, these are new ones I just took out today because I couldn't find mine. Some yarn scraps. Alright, here's the other stitch marker. And I'm just gonna tie this together. I always do 3 knots, like a triple knot, for security and because I have to do things either once or 3 times, and 1 knot is not enough. I can't do 2, I don't know why. That number does not jive with me. With anything, like, not just crochet. Where is this from? Oh, this is just the part that was too much. Yeah, it was impossible to frog. So, that's where it is right now. Okay. I know how big this cloak is. It's insane. Ugh, more ends. Yeah, because I hate weaving in ends, and I think this is actually more secure. Awesome. Okay, so here's the front. It has this little V-neck pattern or style. It's not like a long, like, trench coat length thing. It's more of like shirt length with a hood. Not crazy about how this came out. Maybe gotta check on that. But here is the cloak. Yeah. Oh, it's so much better. The hood is so much better. Yeah. Absolutely. Love the long hood, and it's as long as it can go. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Hello. So, here we go. Love it. Alright, well, we shall see if I continue doing this. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. Links to my Etsy shop, Friends My Phoenix, is below, or here, or there, or here, or there. I don't know. Depending which format we're on. And, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, or follow, or whatever. All of the things. Alright, okay, bye.